So, for our topic for episode 2, we will talk about why are women considered hoes if they sleep with multiple partners, but men are not. And in this episode, we will hear not only from the female perspective, but we also hear from the male perspective. We'll have Terry from the Bake Session. He has a podcast on SoundCloud and on iTunes, and he'll tell you more about that. He'll be coming in to tell about his perspective on, how he views women who date multiple partners, and we'll also give our perspective. All right, so for episode 2, we will talk about why are women considered hoes if they sleep with multiple partners, but men are not. And in this episode, we will hear not only from the female perspective, but we will also hear from the male perspective. We have Terry from the Bake Session on. Terry, say hi to our listeners. So we thank Terry for being on with us today, and we also going to he's going to give his perspective, and we're going to give our perspective. So usually it's his ladies first, but we're going to let him go first. So Terry, give us your spill. What do you think? Mm-hmm. 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 I go. So I hear you. I think that sometimes, and not all women, like women, a lot of men think that they dress a certain way to get a man's attention. So when looking at a woman who either has her breast out or has on tight jeans, then the man is like, oh, well, she's looking to get our attention. So she wants us to call her, or do a cat call to get her attention, or for her to be I feel like when men see women dressed like that, they just have this perception of them instantly, like, oh, this woman is a hoe, or oh, this woman is doing this, type of thing, or she's trying to get this type of attention. And when you were saying like women don't dress a certain way to get a man's attention, now I'm not saying that all women do, but some women do dress a certain way to get a man's attention, and some women don't. And I think like, mm-hmm, mm-hmm, yeah, mm-hmm, I agree. Mm-hmm. think that's necessarily true. Mm. 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 So let me ask you, like, kind of scale back a little bit. So, if you're dating a girl, right? Like before you guys get sexually active, any of that, you're dating a girl, and she's telling you, "Well, hey, I'm dating four other guys." You're okay with that, and then you guys, become sexually active, and she's like, "All right, well, I don't know if I want to stop talking to you or I want to continue to talk to these four other guys." What is your view on that? Mm-hmm. 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 Mm. But I feel like with men, right? Men sometimes when you're dating a guy, or even when you start talking to a guy, he's like, "Oh, okay, well, I have two other women that I'm talking to," you know. So they're still dating, and then they're not considered as being in a bad eye. So they're not being considered as a hoe or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? They're just dating, like, oh, he just out here living his life. His boys dapping him up. So, but you wouldn't date her. You wouldn't continue with her, right? Why wouldn't you continue? But why wouldn't you continue dating with her? Mm-hmm. Mm. Uh, no, no, no. You're fine. I think we definitely wanted to get a male's perspective just to see where your head was. Of course, you're thinking and you're talking for yourself of just like how you feel. But I think, a lot of times when we view things, we view it as like males just thinking a lot of times negative about women, and how you say like you only been with women who have approached you, who have that confidence and be like, oh, okay, I am going to um, be respectful to this woman and address this relationship because she was confident enough to talk to me. Um, Pop. But that's your opinion, right? Your opinion is that women think differently because of what happened in your past or because of what you know about women. Mm. Mm. Mhm. 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 Yeah, I mean, I feel like if we dated 10 years ago and then my friend dates you or marries you, then I think it goes back to the whole sex thing. Um, a woman probably would be like, yeah, like that was my ex. Now you're dating him. Like that's not cool. Or you're marrying him. They would probably feel some type of way. And then how you said like a male, they'll probably be like, oh, all right, it's cool. Like the past is the past. So, how we said earlier is like emotions ties into it. Like I get it, I hear you, but just going back to where we started from, I feel like men a lot of times think that women, like, with sex comes emotions, right? So they think, oh, okay, well, if this woman's having sex with multiple people, then it's going to become emotions and dramas and things like that. So if you dated somebody 10 years ago and then your friend dates them, of course it's going to be drama, and you know what I'm saying, all that stuff is going to happen. But you said from a male perspective, you're just going to dap the man up and it's going to be okay, right? Yeah, so that's how I feel like, even if a woman have sex with multiple men at the same time, she gets called, or she gets this facade of like, this persona of like, oh, she's a hoe, she's not gonna get dapped up, she's gonna get talked about. But if a dude does it, like he has sex with a different woman from Monday through Friday, it's okay, but he gets dapped up. You get what I'm saying? But if a woman does it, it's like, oh no, she's a hoe, like that's not okay. Of course, just be safe. Go play your iPad. Yeah. What happens? Yeah, I agree.
You have all those things. That's on your belt. I'm sorry. I would call you a hoe too, but like I said, you just don't get sex. It's just the same. Like, he's still out there. I mean, look, if he's doing all that, like, he's a hoe too, but like, if he doesn't, if he doesn't really care for relationships and all that, no one's gonna tell him nothing.
Yeah, I just feel like a lot of times men get the easy way out. They get, again, they get like they get dapped up for sleeping with multiple women at the same time, instead of saying like, you know what, that's not okay. Like, you're a hoe, you're being a hoe, like you're sleeping with multiple people and you're bringing multiple women into this, and multiple people are involved with multiple emotions. It's not cool. But again, it's okay for them. But for women, it's like, no.
Can you think of something on a women's side that they get an easy way out on?
The women get an easy way out.
Yeah.
I don't really feel like women get an easy way out, like in a relationship, right?
Women get an easy way out on anything in life.
No, we always have to climb higher. We always have to do better. We always have to, like the seat at the table. We have to work harder than men to get a seat at the table. What do you think women get handed?
I think there's perks of being a man. I think there are perks of being a woman. And there's plenty of, explanation. I mean, not explanations. Plenty of things out there that I can pull from.
What perks do you think? What do you think women get handed to them?
I mean, I'm not saying all women, but if we look at pop culture, if we look at celebrity, if we look at all types of just like how is there an Instagram model that makes more money than a runway model right now?
So you're saying that women's looks allow them to, that, like, that's their perks. They can get money by being an Instagram model. So she's just getting, because of her looks, like that's a perk for her. That's what you're saying. Okay. But that's your opinion, right? Uh huh.
this, that, et cetera. But there's a lot of things that women get that, like I said, guys are sitting around like, man, I can do the same shit.
Man.
It'll be nice.
But there are men Instagram models who make money. There are men runway models who make money just showing their abs. So I don't feel like that's a perk. Cause
There's plenty of women that I know that get that advice. That's why, I mean, not even really bad there.
I don't
A
agree.
lot of guys haven't getting the chance to do that.
Yeah, I definitely don't agree.
It's not out there. Just like there are female Instagram models, there are male Instagram models out there that's getting money too. That's making more than the average Joe out here working. So I don't, just like men out here making. I think they're wrong. I think they're wrong. I think that, like, I brought up the Instagram thing not to focus on, but it was just an example. I think majority of the Instagram models are women that are making money. It's a lot harder for a guy to break through on Instagram, making money, the type of money these women are making, building a following and a base that quickly.
Mm.
I can't be like, for example, all female male prostitutes making a lot more young here. I see, if we're prostitutes making out here. I see these Snapchat, what are those, like, premium Snapchats going up everywhere. They charging a lot of money just to sit in their house, these little, like, chat sites. There's a million ways that I'm seeing, they're not even like the baddest chicks in the world, but they are getting by doing some of the craziest things that a guy, look at a guy trying to do that, you're like, nigga, you crazy? Don't nobody want to see that.
So okay, so this is the question I want to ask you. So the perks, right? The perk you're saying that these Instagram models have. What are they doing? What are they posting on their pages? Are they fully clothed or
Sexually suggestive pictures and video.
so the perk that you gave that women have is by that woman being sexual, right? Being naked, being half dressed, doing these things, right? So is that really a perk? Because I feel like for women, I don't think that's a perk. Just my opinion.
Okay, so then physically, the way where we actually get the perks is in sports.
Yeah.
Right? We get big, we get muscles, we get faster, we get stronger, and our perks, without having to do a lot. I mean, it is a lot, but I mean, like, kind of the beauty or natural born talent, God given, whatever, is in sports.
Mhm.
Not just sports, but like things like that. You know what I mean? Like, there's masculine attributes that we take advantage of that we have perks, but that's because we're really that's what we're doing. And
Yeah.
that's based on something superficial. It's like going to lunch with a girl or whatever. You're big, bulky, and strong.
Yeah. I just feel like a lot of men think the perks of women is just having a body or having a big butt or having tits or you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like how we were saying that you asked me what are the perks of women. I feel like we have to fight 10 times harder to get a seat at a table or to become a VIP or become a CEO. Like we have to establish those companies on our own. But when you're actually in yeah, but
Black women are the fastest growing business owners like the world.
exactly. So we have to actually establish our own business. You know what I'm saying? We have to become our own entrepreneurs. But if we are in a company already, we have to work 10, 15 years longer than a male does. And that's not okay. But if that woman, like you said, the Instagram models, right? What are they showing? They're showing their body parts. They're showing this. Like if the woman does that, then does she get by quicker? And this is a question to you. Yeah. Do you feel like a woman gets by quicker when she's showing her body, or when she is being sexual with a business person?
What's her name? Damn, she was just on. You guys watch? Sorry. Did you guys watch Breakfast Club?
Yes. Not all the time, but sometimes, yeah.
Okay, so they recently had somebody on there. Damn, what's her name? She's from DC. She went to Howard. I think Forbes named her like the next.
Is she an actress?
Huh?
Actress?
No, she's just a businesswoman. They named her like the next. The guy that made Apple. I forgot his name.
Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs. Like she's like the next Steve Jobs or something like that. This is 2018, very young woman, and she's like super successful. Has this app where like that teaches kids and just people our age, I guess, how to like learn about taxes and investing and credit and different stuff like that. She's doing a lot of big things. I feel like she was not held back. Personally, she's not an Instagram model looking type of girl. She's a regular looking chick.
But she's an entrepreneur, right? She's
not an entrepreneur yet.
Exactly. So what I was saying was not by her being an entrepreneur, but if she was in a company, how long does it have to take her to work to get to that spot if she was competing with a man? So that was my question. Yeah, and that's not fair. It's like we have to go out there and search or build our own opportunities. You know what I'm saying? Or if we don't, then we have to like what? Show more tits, or wear this low cut shirt, or you know what I'm saying? And that's not fair.
Yeah. Her name was my bad. Her name was Angel Rich.
Okay.
But yeah, if you haven't seen that episode of Breakfast Club, you should watch it.
Yeah, we'll definitely check it out.
But she kind of like went through the whole thing, but like I'm sure she worked for companies, kind of places.
Yeah.
But I understand what you mean. I completely agree. Like, there's always going to be. I mean, I just don't really like to focus on that on too much of that. It's not like probably we're trying to get more and more progressive in the way that we think about women, people of color, and just these movements outside. It's happening right now.
Yeah.
I think this, there's a big upswing of like that stuff's stopping personally. But I'm saying, like on a day-to-day basis, that's what I get.
Yeah. It just sucks that like women have to do, or women are viewed in a certain way differently than what men are viewed. It just sucks that, I mean, even though we're progressing and even though we're getting better and even though women are really building their own empires, the littlest things can shift that whole thing and change their name, So it just sucks. And hopefully we'll continue to keep progressing, and hopefully like women won't be called hoes because they're dating 5 or 6 different men, or you know what I'm saying. Hopefully that will change. And you're rare because you don't think that way. But again, it's sad that men sometimes put women in a box, and women sometimes put men in this box, in this category. But yeah, as long as you're being safe, be safe. Yeah, build each other up. And I definitely don't think that women are trying to be like men. I think women just want the same equality. Well, we thank you, Terry.
That's gonna be hard. There's a lot of hard to change. That's
Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, thank you, Terry, for joining us. We really appreciate it.
yeah, no problem.
And can you let our listeners know where to reach you and where to listen to the bake session?
Yeah, the big session. Our podcast. You can find us on SoundCloud, iTunes, Stitcher, and anywhere with an RSS feed. See anywhere that you can listen to a podcast, we're probably on there. Um, we just like follow us. We're kind of like a variety show. Kind of getting a lot of different topics, trending topics. Sometimes politics, sometimes stuff that's going on in the local area. A lot of comedy involved, so we're not super serious all the time. It's like this was a serious conversation today. Um, but so like I'm gonna say right now, we're not politically correct or anything like that. We're trying to say how it is. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, check us out. On Instagram, Twitter, same thing. Big session. So yeah. Yeah, definitely. You guys can come on our show. I mean, you guys are just kind of local, so I'm glad to have you guys in person. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I put that on Instagram recently. We just had,
You guys got a lot of wild stuff on your Instagram.
look at it last week. Look at it last week.
All right.
It's a culture critics podcast to women in the industry, like hip hop industry.
There you go. Preach.
Doing the thing, and yeah, they're dope. So, all the type of stuff we cover on bases. We're not just ratchet.
No, of course not. No.
Other stuff too. So,
Yeah, no, we definitely didn't just hear the ratchet. We definitely didn't just hear that. It was definitely entertaining and fun, and yeah, we really enjoyed it.
we just know our personnel. So most of the guys, most people that follow us are guys. So that's what we.
Yeah, yeah, we'll definitely love to come on you guys' show. We'll look forward to that.
We'll definitely keep in contact. We have like a lot of guests lined up, and since it's summertime, we're kind of like ready to collabing more. So as soon as I can kind of like talk to you guys, you can date.
Cool.